It's not often that I drop what I'm doing to get a video out so quickly because a build is that good. The Catalyst Exotic Mask was finally fixed, and this build is amazing. You will be dishing out loads of big damage numbers while disorienting everything. You even get a bit of bonus armor. Makos Buck here, and today let's go over the Hunter's HazPro build. Kicking it off with our primary source of damage, and this may come to no surprise to some of you as this weapon is absolutely leading the meta right now. Yes, we are going with the Backfire Exotic SMG. Backfire comes with the talent Payment in Kind. Dealing damage to enemies adds a stack of 2% crit damage up to 100 stacks and lasting for 10 seconds. This means for just shooting enemies, we will get 200% extra crit damage on reload. Backfire will apply a 10-second bleed to yourself, which deals 0.5% armor damage per stack. There are two positives about applying a bleed to ourself. One, we're using the Catalyst Mask, so applying a status effect to ourself is going to buff our damage output. And two, we're building into some hazard protection, so the bleed will not be on us very long. Backfire comes statically rolled with SMG damage and crit chance, so you will want to have damage to target out of cover as your last attribute for the most damage output possible. With our primary weapon laid out, let's get into our gear. Like I said earlier, we will be using the exotic mask, the Catalyst. Previously, the Catalyst was broken where you were not getting your weapon damage and status effects stacks properly, and that has been fixed as of the June 17th update. The Catalyst comes statically rolled with weapon damage, hazard protection, and status effects, and can drop from the Marauder from the Army Terminal mission. Catalyst comes with the talent Chemical Agent. Dealing and receiving any status effects will build stacks of Catalysis to a max of 12 stacks. Each stack grants you 2% weapon damage and 2% status effects for a total of 24% each. Each enemy within 25 meters that is affected by a status effect grants +1 stack a second. Being affected by a status effect yourself grants +2% stacks a second, and stacks decay at 1 stack a second after 5 seconds if no enemies in the radius or yourself are affected by a status effect. At max stacks, killing a status affected enemy will grant you 25% bonus armor and 20% reload speed for 5 seconds. While you are on fire, you can also still ADS your weapon. Basically, what all this means is dealing damage with Backfire and taking minimal bleed damage from Backfire will have us at max Catalysis stacks the majority of a fight. Which brings us to our 4-piece gear set, and this pairs perfectly with Hunter's Fury. Hunter's Fury grants us 15% shotgun and SMG damage, 20% armor on kill, 50% health on kill, and the gear set talent Apex Predator. And this is the part that goes so well with the Catalyst. Enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, amplifying your weapon damage against them by 20%. Killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorients other enemies within 5 meters and amplifies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Our Hunter's Fury gear will be going in the holster, knees, gloves, and backpack slot, meaning we will make use of the Hunter's Fury backpack talent, Overwhelming Force. Increases the radius of disorient on Apex Predator kills from 5 meters to 10 meters. Our Hunter's Fury gear is going to be rolled as a red core with weapon damage, and our other attribute is going to be hazard protection on all 4 pieces. With our 1 remaining gear slot, we are going with the Ceska brand chest for an 8% increase to our overall crit chance. Since it's a chest, we are going with the Obliterate talent. Critical hits increase total weapon damage by 1% for 10 seconds and stacks up to 20 times. Our Ceska chest will also have a red core for weapon damage, and our other attributes will be crit chance and hazard protection. All 6 of our gear pieces having HazPro on them will land us a nice base of 70% hazard protection. We won't be immune to all status effects, but they will not last long once applied to us. We will also be modding our chest, mask, and backpack with 2 critical hit damage mods and 1 bleed resist mod, bringing our total bleed resist to 80%. This will not fully mitigate the bleed Backfire applies to us, but we don't want it to, as applying a status effect to ourself gives us catalyst stacks. One reload of Backfire after dealing damage will give us half our stacks for catalyst, while the other half will naturally build from just dealing damage. With the Catalyst, Hunter's Fury, and Obliterate all rolling at max stacks, we are looking at an 89% increase in our total weapon damage while disorienting everything around us, while still maintaining max crit chance and almost 300% crit damage from Backfire. Moving on to our skills and specialization, and we will be on the Firewall specialization to take advantage of Striker's Shield things, which is just more overall damage. Striker's Shield allows us to be shielded while shooting our weapons and increases weapon damage against enemies in front of the shield. Our secondary skill is Preference, but I would choose between Decoy, Riot Foam, or Reviver Hive depending on playstyle. Just be sure to spec into the Spray and Pray node on your Firewall tree for an extra 15% damage to SMGs. I always like to wrap up my videos with a recap of the full build so that you can see it all together and screenshot it if you'd like. We are going with the Exotic SMG Backfire, 4 pieces of Hunter's Fury with weapon damage and hazard protection, a Ceska chest piece with Obliterate, and the exotic mask, the Catalyst. As always, I will toss a written out format of the build in the description of the video below. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn those notifications on. See you next time.